Welcome to the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty rules video. My name is Nelson.
And I'm Serge. Let's go over the new and returning mechanics. Love equipment, but hate it when you don't have anything to put it on? With Reconfigure, you'll have more flexibility than ever while curving out your Voltron deck. A card with Reconfigure is both an equipment and a creature. The Reconfigure cost means cost, attach this permanent to another target creature you control, activate only as a sorcery. And cost, unattach this permanent, activate only if this permanent is attached to a creature and only as a sorcery. Attaching it as an equipment causes it to stop being a creature until it becomes unattached. It also loses any creature subtypes it had.
That all seems straightforward, but what if the equipped creature dies?
The creature with Reconfigure becomes unequipped and goes back to being a creature.
But what if I put an aura on my Reconfigure creature? Will it still be enchanted if I equip it to something?
It depends. As soon as an equipment creature with Reconfigure stops being a creature, any equipment and auras with enchant creature abilities become unattached. But auras that can enchant equipment will remain attached to it.
And what if I attack with a creature that is equipped with a Reconfigured creature, and then unattach it after combat? Will the Reconfigure creature be tapped?
An equipment doesn't become tapped when the permanent it's attached to becomes tapped. That means if you Reconfigure after combat, your creature will be untapped and able to block during your opponent's turn. A couple more things to know about Reconfigure. An equipment creature can never become attached to itself. If an effect tries to do this, nothing happens. Although Reconfigure causes an equipment to become attached to a creature, Reconfigure is not an equip ability for the purposes of cards like Fighter Class and Leonin Shikari. Sorry, Brewers.
Modified is a new game term that rewards you for improving your creatures. A creature is modified if it has at least one counter, if it's equipped, or if it's enchanted by an aura you control. A creature is not modified if it's enchanted by an aura your opponent controls. A creature with a counter on it is modified no matter what kind of counter it is, or which player put it on the creature. A creature that is equipped is considered modified no matter who controls the equipment. Only creatures can be modified. If a modified creature stops being a creature, it is no longer considered to be modified.
We all know the future is efficient, and Kamigawa Neon Dynasty is so futuristic and efficient, they've put two returning mechanics on the same card. Sagas are back, and this time they're printed on the front face of transforming double-faced cards. As their final chapter resolves, they are exiled and returned to the battlefield transformed as enchantment creatures. The transforming double-faced cards from this set have a closed fan symbol in the upper left corner of the front face, and an open fan symbol in the upper left corner of the back face. Each face of a transforming double-faced card has its own set of characteristics: name, type, subtype, abilities, and so on. While a transforming double-faced permanent is on the battlefield, consider only the characteristics of the face that's currently up. In every zone other than the battlefield, consider only the characteristics of its front face. The mana value of a transforming double-faced card is the mana value of its front face, no matter which face is up. The back faces of transforming double-faced cards don't have a mana cost and can't be cast. They can, however, transform. The Saga cards found in the set don't transform while on the battlefield. Rather, they are exiled and returned to the battlefield transformed.
Fittingly, another returning mechanic is Channel. First introduced in Saviors of Kamigawa, Channel is an activated ability that allows you to discard the card for a special effect.
Hold on. If Channel's an activated ability, does that mean it gets around Counterspell?
That's right. It dodges counters, but it can still be stifled.
Whoa!
Discarding the card is part of the cost to activate its Channel ability. If a Channel ability requires a target, you may not activate it without a target just to discard the card.
I might be a little biased, but I love vehicle cards. I think they're super neat. And in Neon Dynasty, we get totally sweet new vehicles like mechs and hoverboards. Vehicles in this set function largely the same as vehicles from other sets with a couple of minor changes. Previously, a vehicle that had become a creature was able to be tapped for its own crew ability. This rarely came up, and it doesn't make a lot of sense for a vehicle to crew itself. So the rules are changing slightly to prevent that. You must now tap other creatures to crew a vehicle. Some vehicles in the set have a triggered ability that occurs whenever they become crewed. This happens whenever a crew ability of that vehicle resolves, even if that vehicle was already a creature.
Go ninja, go ninja, go! Ninjas are back. Or are they? You can never really tell with ninjas. Are they waiting to jump out at you from the shadows of your opponent's hand? Better block just to be safe. Ninjutsu cost means cost, comma, return an unblocked attacker you control to hand, colon, put this card onto the battlefield from your hand tapped and attacking. The ninjutsu ability can be activated only after blockers have been declared. Before then, attacking creatures are neither blocked nor unblocked. The ninjutsu ability can be activated during the declare blocker step, combat damage step, or end of combat step. If you wait until the combat damage step or end of combat step, it will be after combat damage has been dealt, so the ninja won't deal combat damage. Unlike other abilities that let you put a tapped and attacking creature onto the battlefield, the creature with ninjutsu enters the battlefield attacking the same player or planeswalker that the returned creature was attacking. Although the ninja is attacking, it was never declared as an attacking creature for purposes of abilities that trigger whenever a creature attacks. The following mechanics are only relevant if you open the new Tamiyo completed Sage. First, Hybrid Phyrexian Mana, and second, the new keyword ability, Completed. Hybrid Phyrexian Mana, while technically new, is two familiar returning mechanics smushed together. A Hybrid Phyrexian Mana symbol is counted the same way as a normal mana symbol is when determining the mana value of a card. Specifically, Tamiyo's mana value is always 5, even if you pay 2 green-blue and 2 life to cast her. You choose whether to pay green, blue, or 2 life as you begin to cast the spell. At the same time, you would choose modes or a value for X in a spell. Phyrexian is not a color nor a type of mana, and players cannot add Phyrexian mana. It's just a symbol that gives you another way to pay for a spell or ability. Completed is a replacement effect, but it applies only to a permanent that is entering the battlefield with loyalty counters. Any other replacement effect that would apply to the number of loyalty counters it enters the battlefield with will apply as normal. The completed ability only looks at whether a player chose to pay 2 life for a Phyrexian mana symbol as they were casting the spell. If a player paid life for some other reason while casting the spell, that will not reduce the number of loyalty counters the Planeswalker has when it enters the battlefield.
That's it for the rules.
Thanks for watching.